Alright everyone, how you guys doing? Welcome to Apple Weekly number 58, the show where I cover everything Apple, both on YouTube and iTunes. As usual, before going ahead, I would appreciate if you check out iGear.com, like it, favourite it, tweet it, you sir or madam would be fan-dabby-dozy. Of course, it's a travel garment for all your iDevices and new iPad or iPad 3 compatible. Now getting into the first story, and I'll keep the best story till the last, the one you're all waiting for. The first story is the Apple TV. It's been torn down. More RAM, double the RAM as found in the previous generation. It's now 512. It's also got 8 gigs of storage, which the previous version had, but it's 1080p compatible, of course, or 1080p content, you can watch it. And it's surprisingly got 2 antennas, although the people who tore it down, iFixit, haven't really specifically found how it's going to improve the accuracy. I guess the time will tell. Apart from that, there's no design change and stuff, as we know. It's the same price point, which is what I like about all Apple products. New ones tend to be the same price as the previous ones. I never picked up an Apple TV, but if you did, what are your thoughts? What are your comments? How are you using it? Next up, Mountain Lion Developer Preview 2 has been released only a few days ago, and man does it look nice. It's shaping up pretty good. Some notable changes they've allowed or they've showed as to how applications or notifications will work, and specifically, as you can see from the Twitter notification, pops down really nicely. They've also fixed a security concern, so if any application is indeed trying to access your contacts list, because there was a debacle in the iOS version a few weeks back and a big hoo-ha was created, and rightly so, and Apple have tried to address this now. So if any application tries to get into your contacts, it's going to prompt you with a message saying, hey, this application is going through your contacts, do you want to allow it or not? And the third one I think is pretty nice. Basically you can push all your tabs from Safari onto the iCloud and push it to your other iOS devices. So that's pretty handy for what I'm doing just now. Instead of me kind of pausing or stopping to read the stories back and forth and then come back on camera, I can just have all the stories that I've gathered on the Mac and then have it on the iPad and just read it off, that kind of thing. So it just saves me the hassle. And there's been times where I've opened up a lot of tabs on the Mac and I'd like to show someone, or I'd like to just continue on with that on the iPad, but that feature's just not there. So it's just making life easier, and I cannot wait till Mountain Lion comes out. I hope there's still a few things up Apple's sleeve come the final preview. I guess we'll see more on Mountain Lion, how well it's going to work with the Macs, and one more thing, hopefully at WWDC. And this really isn't a story, but this is the first exclusive breaking picture from the Apple Store inside Harrods. Of course, the Harrods is just a premium brand known in London. Every tourist that comes has to go there. Hundreds and thousands of shoppers each day. And for those of you who don't know, basically Apple has created or made a store within Harrods, so I shall be popping in there the next time I go. It's a small area. There's other big stores like Selfridges, again, premium big store. They've had an Apple store, and now Harrods gets it. So it looks pretty slick, and they opened on the day where the iPad 3 was launched on a Friday. And last but not least, it has been a dry week, as you can see, but this last story I think tops it off nicely because it has to do with my favourite topic or subject, MacBook. Report out by DigiTimes. I know, DigiTimes just claim just kind of BS most of the time, but it looks promising. And basically what they're saying, new MacBook Pros are in production, the 13 inches and 15 inches. Here's the thing, I honestly do think the 13 inches MacBook Pros won't be available anytime come the next refresh. I think the 13 inch Air really has taken care of that area, but there might still be a market. But then again, the report specifically says the MacBook Pros will be losing an optical drive, but they will still be remaining distinct from the Airs. You've got a 13 inch Air, and then you've got a 13 inch MacBook Pro which doesn't have an optical drive, so you are expecting the MacBook Pros to thin down. That's what the report also claims. So I'm not too sure how credible the source or the information is in that report, but they are saying the production is going to climb up to about 900,000 units Initially it's going to be 100 to 150,000, and they are in production, ladies and gents, in this month, or they have already started. So that is good news, because hopefully they can then start shipping in the next week and be hitting retail stores come mid-April or end of April for a May launch. The report specifically states that the MacBook Pros are going to have much more advanced specs than the MacBook Air. So you're going to have more storage or some sort of high capacity storage, better CPUs, and I can't see them updating the entire MacBook range at the once. So I think the next refresh that we see of the portable desktops, portable notebooks, are going to be either the MacBook Airs or the MacBook Pros. I don't think they're going to revamp the whole line. It's just one of those business decisions, I guess. So people buy this and then come the Air refresh, people are in two minds and buy that as well. It's just one of them things. So I guess, ladies and gents, we are going to find out in the next few weeks as to what route Apple are taking for the Mac. You know, is it going to be a 15-inch MacBook Air, or is it still going to remain Pro? And how Pro? What is the difference going to be from an Air and a Pro? What is going to be the truly unique thing between both these machines? Is it going to be something to do with the internal hardware stuff? I would imagine so. We're most probably not going to hear Blu-ray, and the reason why I'm mentioning Blu-ray, a few people mentioned in the last video, is Apple going to get Blu-ray or put Blu-ray into the machines. It's not going to happen. It's all about the iClouds for Apple, iTunes streaming and stuff. It's not going to come. If Blu-ray does come, I think the only machine that will get it is the Mac Pros, if they get updated. But that is it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you can leave your comments down below, that would be fantastic. You can of course leave comments on iTunes as well. Be sure to check out iGear.com. You don't need to buy anything, just go on it and support it. I would very much appreciate that. If you can like it, tweet it, Facebook, the links. Not a problem if you can't. It'd be nice if you could do so. But guys, yeah, thanks so much for watching. You can follow me on twitter.com/i6glassregion, facebook.com/iglassregion. Heck, just visit iglassregion.com. All the links are on there. Feel free to interact, abuse, whatever, in the comments or on Twitter, where I post random stuff throughout the day. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.